All right, here's a quick recap of today's lesson. So if you are working on this afternoon and you kind of forgot or got confused, look at the slides, and every example we have, I think, is up here somewhere. The basic concept is we are solving equations with variables on both sides. To do that, the main difference from this is solving equations. We just collect the variables on one side of the equal sign. Solve the equation, collect the like terms on one side of the equation. So here are the examples. Here's the basic one. Y equals 12 equals 4y. To get the variables on the same side, we could do a couple things. We could subtract the y, or we could subtract the 4y. In this case, it's probably easier to subtract the y. We do that. The y goes away. 4y minus y is 3y. So we end up with negative 12 equals 3y. You divide both sides by 3, you get y equals negative 4. That's one of your basic how to solve variables with both sides. Here's an example where you don't really have an answer. Yes, you can have equations without an answer. Or you can have equations with an infinite number of solutions. I apologize, this is an infinite number of solutions. We start off with 6n minus 12 equals 3 times 3n, or 3 times 2n minus 4. We use the distributive property, we end up with 6n minus 12 equals 6n minus 12. Now right there you can see those expressions are equal. They're the same, meaning I can put in any number for n and we're going to get the same thing. But just to make sure I keep on going, I subtract 6n from both sides, which you would do. You end up with negative 12 equals negative 12. So anytime you get two numbers equaling each other when you're solving an equation, it means any number will work in that equation. You can always go back and check it, and it makes sense. If n was 2, let's see, 2 times 6 minus 12 will be the same as 2 times 6 minus 12. If n was 1,024, 1,024 times 6 minus 12 would be the same as 1,024 times 6 minus 12. So any number will work for that. Sometimes you have a choice as to what you want to do. I'm sorry, that's the next slide. Sometimes you want to, this is a common mistake I see. Not so much in algebra, but typically in 8th grade math, a lot of times we see students and adults don't like negative numbers, so they'll go out of the way. They have a choice. I can subtract 3x or I can subtract 5x to get them together. They subtract the 3x because they don't want a negative number. So they do that because 5x minus 3x is 2x. They have 2x equals 10. This does not work because they have moved the equal sign. It should have been over here is what that would look like. You can subtract 3x from both sides, but when you do that, 3x minus 3x is 0. You have to have the 0 there. And this becomes 2x plus 10. And then you can go, and now you need to move this 2x back to this side. That's the kind of the issue there. So you can do that. Subtract 2x from both sides. You have negative 2x equals 10, and the answer is negative 5. This way, the 0 causes it to be off by the negative number. So this is not, be careful, you cannot move the equal sign. And the last two examples, similar in a way to the infinite number of solutions, you can have no solution. Here we have 6 and in parentheses h plus 4 equals 6h plus 4. By using the distributive property correctly, we end up with 6h plus 24 equals 6h plus 4. Well, that can't, so then we subtract 6h from both sides. You have 24 equals 4. Does 24 equal 4? Of course not. 24 cannot equal 4. And if you take a look at that, you can realize that no number is going to work for that particular equation. So that's no solution. And here's the thing, the last example is kind of more complicated, but really you have your choice as to which way you want to move the variables. So once you use the distributive property of this last one, you end up with 3b minus 12 equals 5b minus 2. So you can now do it one of two ways. I put one way on the left, one way on the right. On the left, let's say we wanted to move the 5b to this side or subtract 5b from both sides. You can do that, or on this column, I can subtract 3b from both sides. It doesn't matter which way you go as long as you're careful and do all the steps correctly. You'll get the same answer. Over here, I get negative 2b minus 12 equals negative 2. Over here, I end up with negative 12 equals 2b minus 2. Here, on the other side, I add 12 to both sides. Over here, I add 2 to both sides. Well, look what I end up with. Over here, I got negative 2. On the left, I got negative 2b equals 10. On the right, I have negative 10 equals 2b. When you divide both sides by the respective coefficients, you get the same answer of negative 5. So these are just some examples. That was your assignment today. Paper and pencil, not out of the Big Ideas website today, on paper, and we'll look at these again on Wednesday. So scroll through, look at these, look back through this video if you need some help remembering what we did. And thanks for all your hard work. Go back to the beginning. This is right to there, and we'll see you on Thursday.